let's make a return to one of the most powerful runs that existed prior to the last update. Trying to go for the full-on Hokuto's Bow, Alchemic Carbine, Electric Whip, see how it stacks up against see how it stacks up now that things have been changed up a lot. I'm kind of curious because I just want to know, what is the most powerful run that you can get right now, and is it just the same thing that I've been using before? Because it certainly could. The sort of utility that you get out of hitting enemies at a distance and, you know, buffing up damage over time is really good, even if the damage might not be all there like it was prior to this point. Let's see. Well, I mean, either way, it's like this is a good excuse for another tactics run, and it's been a while since I've done tactics, so sure. Get some good turrets out there just to try and really outrange everything. Seems like it might work out, but aside from that, I don't really know what to expect because I never actually look at the real numbers. I mean, you know, why read the patch notes in that way, right? Well, starting out pretty good, but we'll see how that goes eventually. Most powerful run. All you need is Hokuto's Bow, just Alchemic Carbine, and then good turrets. Obviously, I think that if you can keep the Great Owl of War out, that it is just an auto turret, you know, follows you around and everything like that, can be activated to become even more powerful. It is a good option, but if you find yourself getting hit a lot, you can always just go with the regular old double crossbow-matic. Maybe the heavy turret, which, you know, gives you a good buff, stuns enemies, very valuable for a tactics build, and also, of course, just does good damage by itself. That's been a weapon that's been nerfed an awful lot of times since it's been introduced. I always talk about how it used to be survival scaling, which is something that was just, wow, that was the #1 best weapon they could possibly get for the very short amount of time that it was survival scaling. But, of course, these days it has been reduced in damage a lot, but hey, buffs and stunning is still worth a ton. I mean, it's the defensiveness as well as the whole automatic hits, just without having to do anything, passive damage as I like to call it, is worth an awful lot in this game. And just the entire thing about having damage over time, passive damage, focus entirely on trying to dodge around, outranging enemies, outright running away from them. It's a very effective strategy because things like turrets exist in the game. Blame that on the fact that Dead Cells, of course, was originally supposed to be a tower defense mobile game type of deal before it was turned into hardcore platformer Castlevania type action game. It is an interesting change, but needless to say, I'm very happy with it. Did a carbine bow run the other day. Got through Scarecrow Distillery. Think the damage was tad underwhelming. I mean, it's hard to say because, of course, the first area, that's where the damage, you know, is most it's most deceptive. Because I think that in the way that that Dead Cells currently is, that the hardest areas, at least on the hardest difficulties, are come in like pretty much the first two after the first area. You know, you don't quite have your build entirely worked out. You haven't gotten all the extra type of damage that you could possibly want. I'm talking stuff like, you know, getting challenge rifts or cursed chests or anything. But then, in addition to all of that, the enemies also scale up a lot more than they do in the first area. So that's going to be the real test. Here, enemies can be killed with anything. You can go take out the Rusty Sword, take them down easy enough. It's just every point past this is going to be the true test. Stay fast or expire. Most of my runs ending in stage 2 or 3. Yeah, I just think that that's like, that's kind of course, needless to say, getting really late into the game, if you're going into like the distillery or something. No, I should have gone backwards. That maybe does make something of a difference just because of the enemy makeup there being quite difficult. But if you're trying to keep it kind of safe, go through the simple areas, keep it nice and Nice and breezy, nice and cool. It's like, I think, yeah, area 2 and 3. Especially 3. You know, the ramparts, the morass, wherever you happen to be going might be kind of rough. And then after the boss, of course, if you're going into like the sanctuary or the shrines, it's like that has its own like difficulties just alone. It's there's some potential for good stuff. There's a lot of potential for bad stuff. And there's a double crossbow mag. So I'm going to take that right now because that is a good turret. Highly recommend. Triple S tier. Shoots at 2 enemies at once and just shoots quickly for good damage. What more do you want? Speaking of what do I want here? I mean, I could take the heart. I usually like that as a little bit of insurance, but come on. I think, you know, support. I'm always going to be near a turret all the time. Pretty good option. Barbed tips I don't think is going to work here. Acrobatic pack is the one that you want, and it's specifically because I can put the Hokuto's bow in there and then get that shot out to get the mark on there without needing to have it in my actual hands. That's the real benefit of having that. Okay. Oh, man, I still feel like my throat is very throaty because I just woke up. Because my sleeping schedule is weird right now. Okay, but then obviously going to be looking for anything for poison synergy. Blah. But yeah. So as you can see, you can really blitz down enemies real fast, and it's not even all that bad at all. Easy to get on mark there. Easy to get on poison. That lingers around for quite a while. Obviously, if you just have the Alchemic Carbine, you get even more stacks on there, but that's not entirely necessary. It's not even a problem. Thunderbolt with Acrobatic Pack? How would Thunderbolt work? I don't actually know. Once again, I do not mess around with the backpack stuff as much as I should. I really should be doing more with that. I think it's a cool mechanic and everything, but I don't know. I just have not been doing that. But like, yeah, I don't even know what like the basic interactions with that are. As it is, though, I'm taking a look right now. Electric Whip's getting some good damage, but nothing here giving me poison synergy. Oh, well, the ability to, of course, to get, well, here, what do you got? Nothing. Come on. Well, one more. I'm going to try to go all in. Yeah, I might as well just exhaust the shop. Why not? No. Nothing at all. It fires constantly for a moment. Enough to get the critical off, though? Because if that's the case... Okay, well, actually, Armadillo Pack. You're right. Armadillo Pack with the shield in the backpack is just great. It's just great. It gives you... It gives your roll parrying properties, and depending on whatever shield you happen to be using, and depending on if you're using, like, synergies with parrying. For example, using the what doesn't kill me mutation, you can get some very powerful... You can get a very powerful shield in your backpack there. The only thing is that I try to avoid doing that because I feel like otherwise I would be using that too much, even. Sort of like using the old combination of alienation acceptance, which is, I mean, it's risky, yes, but much like I was using the vampirism last time, I don't think it's much riskier than that. Like, you can heal yourself up trivially and get rid of it's such a good mutation that I feel like I'm overusing it then. I don't know. Maybe I should get over that for the future because, hey, I'm not doing showcase stuff. I don't need to keep myself under all these constraints all the time or anything. It's just a lot of casual things, you know. We sit back here, we chat about whatever. I have a fun time playing some Dead Cells. Kind of experimenting around with runs that I haven't used for a little while. You know how that goes. Hey, what do you got? Plus 15% damage? Ain't bad, but I guess it's probably better than the Great Owl of War, at least for the time being. Switch that out probably for another owl, because the owls are good. They're just great. When using bow, and what mutation do you usually use? I mean, I often, especially on the high cell difficulties, which is, you know, pretty much all I ever play anymore, I just go for defensive stuff, so like disengagement. You know, obviously, again, I literally just said acceptance. Acceptance alienation combo is pretty good. But other than that, I usually have out a turret, so that's always a pretty safe bet for getting a little bit of extra damage. Stuff like the what is the emergency? The witch time thing, where you get the dodge. As well as caltrops I like having for slowing down enemies, getting it a little bit more, making dodging a little bit easier, dealing some extra damage and all that too. They're pretty good mutations, I think. But then, of course, you know, I always do tend to be like defensive stuff. Give me like the heart, give me the alienation acceptance, give me, you know, disengagement. Instinct usually pretty good, of course, because it's pretty easy to fulfill a lot of criticals on ranged weapons like this. Disengagement is just an auto pick for every tactics run. Yeah, you get hit real hard when you're going all in on tactics. So it's like, it's a real good mutation to be taken. Just that is the long and short of it, of course. If you're gonna be getting in the range of disengagement every single time you get hit, why not just take disengagement? You know? You get hit so hard in 5-cell mode in general, and that is no exception when you're taking the build that gives you the least amount of health possible. And you know, and although I have now shuffled like vampirism up to being like absolute top tippity-top tier mutation in my mind, that is frustrating, by the way, not gonna be too useful with tactics, unfortunately. All right, let's just do that real quick, just to be sure. Man. Why is E-Whip range, even though Valmont's and Wrenching Whip are melee weapons? I mean, I guess it's technically because, you know, it's like a very ethereal, immaterial type of whip, comparatively. It does also really excuse the fact why it is supposed to be, like, you know, tactics rather than anything else. That's a good question, though. You could really consider it to be melee, I would say. Of course, you could also say like the same thing for infantry bow if you want to be very, if you wanted to say it like that. You know, doing rough mentally, but haven't had anything major going on. I know, right, man? Last week for me, same sort of deal. It's like, yeah, that's the whole thing with having anxiety like that. Sometimes it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter if, like, nothing is actually happening. You're still feeling stressed out anyway. Well, hope you feel better. No, it can sometimes take some time, though, too. I mean, especially if it's like something that prompts that is like something that literally has nothing to do with you, but due to like some sort of overactive like type of empathy on your part, where it's like, oh, I feel so bad for that person that I can't stop obsessing over their misfortune. Like, what is that? You know, you say that and it doesn't make any sense. And the thing is, it doesn't make any sense. That's true. But, you know, what can you say? That's how you feel anyway. Ugh. Just how it is sometimes, though. Anyway, like there's a mutation basically made for the infantry bow. Yeah, the point-blank range one. Although, really, you can probably get point-blank range out of a lot of weapons. You don't need to specifically use that for the infantry bow, but obviously it works best for that one, needless to say. What's going on? Doing a little. I'm retrying out, you know, what I would consider one of the previously most powerful runs in the game, and talking about mental health. Welcome. You know how that goes. The usual thing on these streams, really. Anything else I want to get out of here? Nope. Got the 60 kills and everything. Should be good. Should be good. It's gonna be another YouTube video. Yeah, why not? I've been going like a little bit of weekends and midweeks sort of thing when it comes to doing some YouTube videos. A lot of them have just been casual runs lately, but I don't know. Nobody, as far as I can see so far, has been like, hey, get back to the aspect showcases. So I think I'm good. Yeah, point blank. Inflict 51. I mean, you know, probably. I mean, it does say range attacks. Does not say bow or anything. I'm gonna take it. Speaking of that, because, you know, this has a fairly short range, mostly. Have you tried any medication? Oh, yeah, I take fluoxetine, which is, what is that normally called? Prilosec? I don't know. No, Prilosec is the boner pills. What's the actual name of that? That's been working well for me for a while. Really has cut down a lot on, you know, the extremity type of styling of that. No, not the boner pills. I know, not the boner pills. Ooh, my. The hell is that called? Prozac. There you go. Thank you. Oh, of course I haven't had any sort of like major side effects ever using that or anything. Oh my god. Except for these raging erections that I get. No, stop it. Stop doing that. Prilosec is for constant heartburn. Oh, then what was the one I was thinking? Okay. We got. I hate the names of medicines. They're like, oh no, he's doing the hacky comedian bit again. I hate the names of medicines. They're like the names of racehorses, where for some reason nobody can have the same one. So it's all kind of wacky and very unmemorable. Or unless it's very memorable. But you know. Anyway, Super Mario boner pills. Yeah, that's what I take. I'm a gamer after all. It's, you know, usually the mushrooms will increase your entire body size by double, but this one just does the one part. Jesus Christ, everybody, what happened to this stream? Like, we went just from 0 to 60 right there, didn't we? Oh, I feel terrible about it. Well, it's still going on YouTube. Okay. Anyway, boy, did we derail. RIP video. No. If people have been watching the stream VODs, I think they're used to it at this point. I can't imagine how you wouldn't be. Take this instead of the Tesla coil. Okay. Psilocybin to be improved as anti-anxiety medication. Interesting. Look, don't get me wrong. I've wanted to try out like CBD and stuff like that for a while, but I also feel like it does sort of seem suspect, which is why I'm just like, I don't know, unless I get like a doctor to suggest it to me. Not really champing at the bit just yet. Willing to try out some alternative medicines, but of course it's still completely illegal also to try out marijuana in general, and I am a good legal boy. I do not do anything illegal like smoke the devil's cabbage, and I will never do that. No, that's not a joke or anything. I really haven't ever partaken in marijuana. I would score like a 95 on the rice purity test. Maybe I should do that on stream at some point in time. Could be good for a LARP. I think CBD is overrated. I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't, like I said, unless I got an actual doctor to be like, yeah, try it out. I don't know if I don't know if I'm champing at the bit to like go start trying that out. Still, it's just like, I'm willing to try whatever. Why not? Oh, Macro mushrooms by any other name. Now, as far as I know, I don't think there's any such thing as a real macro mushroom. I'm fairly certain that that is purely an invention of Shigeru Miyamoto. Unless somebody wants to, correct me on their adventures of becoming a unaware giantess by eating mushrooms. Anybody? What do we got? Okay. Don't do drugs or alcohol at all. I just like the idea of getting into a changed state of mind. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, as for me, it's just like, I'm amicable to it. I'm okay with it. We should go into the morass. I think this could actually work out quite well against the Mama Tick fight. Besides, it also has like a food shop and everything in there. You know, it's good. It's good. Oh yeah, also Yulia, right before we got into the weird off-topic-y type of stuff, seeing the way that I play Final Fantasy IX physically hurts you. I don't see why, but fair enough. I don't know. I think that series is going pretty good. I feel like I'm going through it at a good clip. Maybe. I honestly have no idea. It doesn't really feel like too much has happened in the story. Aside from me growing angrier and angrier with Zidane. I hate that character. He's just the worst, by the way. Zidane is the worst. And I hate him. I have CDB, yeah, no. Vape pen can help in very specific circumstances. There are many different strains, types of CBD. Prescription medication is huge. And medical research to find out what helps you. Still might be worth it, though. I should check that out at some point in time. Got me. Okay, you get out of here first off. Then I'm going to go with a little bit more. Should be outranging the giant ticks a little bit more than this, after all. Well, you don't like Horny Monkey Man? I hate Horny Monkey Man. If it's going to be another 35 hours of watching him grope Dagger and, threaten to kill himself so he dates her, it's like, it's going to be a hard playthrough. I'll tell you that right now. I can only hope that we stop with this shtick soon enough. Ugh, he gets better. That's what I was hoping, but, like, man, right now. Yeah, that's no good. I should also really probably... let's see how this works. Okay. Yeah, I probably need a little bit of extra health right now, especially with the amount of stuff I'm using. Zidane is pretty much a jerk. I don't recall when he's supposed to become a more sympathetic character. I mean, I'm 4 hours into the game now, which I really thought that... Once again, there's not actually all that much happening in the game either, at least yet. I mean, right now, we just kind of decided that we're going to be taking on... We're going to be going one-man army up against the forces of Alexandria, despite the fact the rest of the game up to this point has been like, hey guys, let's lie low and make sure we don't bring too much attention to ourselves. Now we're jumping right to the front line. Whatever. Let's see how it goes. You not only skip ATEs, you also skip chests with equipment and also completely ignore the ability system. I mean, to be honest though, like, a lot of the game is just cutscenes. Do I really need to, like, optimize my, my battle? My battling? I think Squall got a ton of flack when he was called an edgelord. Man, I would prefer somebody like Squall or, even the sort of, mopey... wait, no. No, I'll take this. Yeah. Even the mopey sort of, Cloud at this point in time. Horny jerk Zidane. But then again, there's like 30 more hours of the game to go, so we'll see what happens. The monkey power of monkey protag boners. It is terrible. Oh boy. Yeah. Still got me anyway, but not enough to be super bad yet. Okay. Do the ATEs have anything interesting going on in them? Because, like, you know, feels like whenever I need to see an ATE, they'll just show it to me anyway. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for about here. Oh, man. Strongly urge you not try one-man arming that game. One-man arming? One-man armying? Well, no, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying that story-wise, that's currently what Dagger's trying to do. She just was just like, you know what? Forget about this whole, like, trying not to engage, like, enemies. Now I'm just going to go right to the front lines and attack the entire, you know, mage troops of Alexandria myself. Just do it myself. And to do that, Sid, you gotta go down. It's just, it's a very stark change from how the game started. Ow. Alright. Each equipment has abilities attached to it. If you equip it long enough, you'll want to learn the ability forever. That's why Zidane didn't have Protect Girls. Yeah, I kind of thought it was something like that. But also, I don't know. Is it really going to be... soon enough, Dagger's going to be past, like, level 1 and not dying at the start of every single battle. Is it going to be that important to continue to have Protect Girls as an ability? If there's something particularly powerful, maybe I would keep it. But as of right now, it sort of seems like the abilities that I'm getting are kind of, all right. I feel like slashes are becoming very prominent in the game. Prison depths, morass, fractured shrines. I feel like they've always been pretty prominent. And after all, like the second what are they called? The rune that you get always was a slasher that you found in the sewers. Normally not even seen there. They've been used for your basic tough enemy for a while, sort of like Inquisitors are always your basic ranged enemy. At least that's how I see it. It's either that or they throw in the cannibals instead, who are your tough guy melee units, in addition to all of the regular enemies that you find around in whatever biome you happen to be in. Okay, just keep on rolling here, baby. There we are. No, I gotta say right now, this build still quite powerful. I do not think that since the last update that it has become significantly worse. I think I am still clear-cutting my way through enemies very effectively. Now here, I'm gonna kind of outrange just a little bit more. Ah, not quite enough, but this should be, yeah. Just wait. ATs are often completely different areas, explaining parts of the plot. Cutscene about Baku and the rest of the troop got out of the evil forest before they got petrified. Oh, I liked my rendition of the story better. Ah, well. It's not like Baku and the rest of the troop are even factoring into the story at this point in time. I think I'm probably okay continuing to skip those. Said before, there's already enough cutscenes in that game. I don't need to add on to it more. People blew the nerfs out of proportion. I wouldn't say blew the nerfs out of proportion. I would just say that it's like, as a build, it's still good enough that even at reduced effectiveness, it's still a quite good build. Ah. All right. Let's see. Sure. Guess I'm going all in on damage again. Ah, well, that's how it be. Fortunately, I now have taken quite a bit of damage at this point in time, which means that might be a little bit of a problem for the next area. Do I care about going and selling and going and maximizing my money? Nah, it's fine. Right angle, C. Fair enough. Guys, I don't really want to admit it. I don't like Final Fantasy IX that much. I'm sorry. Okay, there. I said it. Fine, you got me. As if it wasn't clear enough from the videos. All right, let's see how this goes. I feel confident. Oh, still got me anyway, though. All right, fine then. That said, I am still going to see it out to the end and everything. So, oh, come on now. Still going to see the game out to the end and all that, so don't worry about me giving up on it early. But it's just like, yeah, nah. Come on now. Oh, that's the halfway mark. Good. Woo, that was close. Anyway. Done. Okay. Yeah, not quite no hit clear, but still doing pretty good anyway. All right. Turn the abilities on and off during combat, and there's an entire continent that's anti-magic, so you'll be using skills exclusively? Huh. Interesting. Strange that they would do that. I mean, I guess, you know, considering the amount of time that they've had me do, like, single character type of combat up to this point, that I guess they are kind of bucking trends in terms of how things are working. Hooktoes was nerfed, it was, but still very effective. I mean, besides, it also gets constant criticals in the water, even though it doesn't normally have criticals. So I do think that is kind of important to remember as well. Like, Hooktoes is just a good, or not Hooktoes, the Lightning Whip is still just a good weapon for that. Even if Hooktoes might not have been buffing it up too much. Now then. Alright. Look, the second that the combat in Final Fantasy IX starts to become too overwhelming for me, that's when I'm going to start paying attention to some of the deeper mechanics. For right now, though, it seems like I can just kind of do whatever and be okay. Especially by the time that I get the White Mage back, which I think would be... which probably is going to be at the end of the current story arc, if I was going to take any guess. After all, it's like supposed to be one of the main characters of the game. I can't imagine that she's just going to be... Well, they are bucking trends. I suppose that is something to remember. Currently on one boss cell. I'm not sure what weapons to use. This loadout I'm using right now, still pretty good. Still fairly effective in terms of dealing with the game on 5-cell mode. I would think like on 1, still probably would be pretty good. But even on 1 boss cell mode, I would still recommend going with the old standard if you don't have a whole lot of things unlocked of a Nutcracker comboed with the Wolf Trap is just a good, simple build that will carry you through the early game very well. You are going to be getting hit a lot, but as long as, you know, you have an enemy in a Wolf Trap, they will be easy pickings when it comes to using the Nutcracker. It is just a very good standard type of build. Aside from that, I don't know. Can always go with like a lot of turrets, freezing things. You know, getting enemies slowed down is always a good way to give yourself a lot more time. Especially on 1-cell mode, you can probably take out enemies quick enough that like a freeze from an ice grenade will last the entire health bar of anybody except for bosses. What else? I don't know. I think that on 1-cell, you can really play around a lot with different options. And then as you get a bit higher even, that's when it starts to become a lot more tricky to say like what builds really work and what builds are just if you want like a challenge. It's one of those games that becomes increasingly like that. But as it is, yeah, if you want to go with a nice easy time, this is still as effective as it was when I called this the most powerful build that you could get, I think. Oh, Malay's clear. Nice. He's got rid of everything there. Tried Scytheclaw and got destroyed at Hand of the King. I mean, Scytheclaw can still work out it has very high damage, and, you know, using like a good rally type of build, or, you know, just being intimately familiar with the Hand of King's mechanics, it can make for a very easy fight. But the slowness of that weapon, like, that weapon is slow, makes it a hard recommend sometimes. If it was the original unnerfed version of it, of course, it would be like, yeah, that thing just does so much damage by itself that you'd probably be able to swing, never stop swinging, and never have a problem against anything. But now that the damage has been lowered a little bit in, well, recent years, as it were, I don't know if I would say it's quite as good. Still got to use a little bit of finesse when you're trying to get to work. Made the boss L3 with a katana. Katana's just a great weapon. Fast, good damage. Everybody likes katana. I mean, come on, you know. It's your classic type of good weapon. A little bit difficult to pull off critical, but it's not that important, to be honest. You can get through that easy enough. Extra damage? Do I even care? I don't think so. Never stop swinging? And know you're in the swinger lifestyle. That's right, I am. Now, I did just say that I would get like a 100 on the rice purity test earlier in the stream, but, you know. Let's be honest. It's like there is a great disparity between what I say and what I actually do. Because, you know, I'm like your cookie cutter nerd out here. Torch is also pretty good. Ah, so close. Swinging and pegging. I mean, more like nothing ever, but, you know, I could say yes. That would be the amusing response. Okay. Oh, is there any way? I mean, I guess I can go for the treasure chest in here, hopefully get enough money for that. Swinging requires at least 3 people. Doc is alone. Go get my I was gonna say left and right hand. Wow, that is... No, you know what? I want that one stricken from the record. Do it. Okay, I'm just gonna sell these and hopefully get... Yeah, there's 20,000. Good. All right. That should be... Well, that's enough for... Not to get the food, but at least enough to get the... You have a waifu pillow? I don't. Is it worth... I gotta ask. People with body pillows. Don't be shy. Come on. Is it worth it? Worth getting a body pillow? Are you happy with the life choices that you made that led you up to that point? Would you recommend it? Too late is being recorded in the VOD. Well, whatever. Look, most people don't even get to this part of the video anyway. It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. I had one as a kid. I mean, yeah. No, I'm talking about the waifu pillows. Talking about the waifu body pillows. I'm not talking about... Not talking about, like, you know, a large pillow. I think it's very clear what I am speaking of here. The actual waifu pills. Yes, also thank you, Yulia. 5 subs. Nice. Thanks. What are your opinions on body pillows? Like mine for use in between my legs while I sleep on my side. Yeah, I understand that. I just bunch up the blanket, though, for that sort of thing. Works pretty effectively. Because it's not like I'm sharing that blanket with anybody. Especially my waifu body pillow. And more often than not, just don't really even, like... Yeah, I mean, basically, I just treat like the blanket that I have as a body pillow, where it's like I'm not even under the covers half the time, because unless it's below freezing outside, it's usually too warm for me as it is. That said, I don't have a cute anime character on the pillow. And so far, people have not answered me if I should get that. Also, that bread will be very nice. Right now. Okay, then. Oh, does a plush shark count as a body pillow? Wifey pillow? Is the shark your waifu? That's a good... That's the real question. Because if so, then yes. If no, then no. Then it's just a pillow. Oh, I hear you. Currently body pillows can help you sleep properly. Simple pillow. Yeah, I'm talking specifically about a Dakimakura. Plush shark from Ikea. Oh, okay. I just sleep with my stuffed animals. Are the stuffed animals the waifu stuffed animals? Are they like waifu style animals, or are they just regular teddy bears? Because again, these things make a big difference. Like, are they animals or are they in quotes animals? Which one? Tell me. They're correct. Okay, no, I'm not talking about that. No, that's no. I'm just talking regular old Dakimakura. Not any of your custom pillows. There has to be a term for waifu animals. I mean, it's just like furries, right? I think it's just the industry standard term, right? Yeah, exactly. I would consider that to be the industry standard term, yes. Tell me it's not an industry. Anyway. Yeah, I could buy stocks in that right now. I mean, in some way. I'm telling you. Yeah, exactly. Like Radan from Persona 5. Or, well, really, everybody got rat versions of their characters by the end of that game there, didn't they? And what was kind of like a weird side gimmick to the entirety of the arc. The arc of the elite. But what am I talking about? Oh, yeah. I've been listening to the Persona 5 soundtrack a lot lately, especially as I've been doing Cogmind. Man, I like the soundtrack of that game. Don't like that game, though. Make no mistake there. I'm not waffling on that. Anyway. Remind me, there's a program in my country where the singers dress in persona and sing on TV, and 4 judges have to guess who it is. Oh, yeah, we got a Masked Singer, which I think was probably an adaptation of exactly that. You might straight up have had the original version of that. There's also now like a VTuber avatar singing competition coming out on Fox now, which is weird, where they're using like virtual models. That's exactly it. Yeah. Okay. Well, it has been disseminated, much like most other reality shows, talent shows, whatever. It made its way to America. Probably being called basically the same thing, too. We looked at that and we're like, hey, that's a good idea for a show. We're going to steal it. And no, we're not going to give you any credit. Okay. There we are. Now, what do we got? It's not like I'm going to be buying anything else with food, right? Or for money as well. Yeah, something like that as well, but I haven't watched TV in years. Yeah, I mean, I just know about it because of Twitter, basically. You know how that goes. It's always Twitter. Whenever I'm doing my daily doom scrolling or whatever, gotta go see what television shows that I haven't watched people are talking about. I've seen Electric Whip, Cheesy Hand of the King. Oh yeah, I can't remember the name. Crow Wings, very good. Sure. Crow Wings are very good for that. Also works very well with the barrel launcher too, if you decide to go that route. And that can work even if you are not using a tactics build. I will go on ham with that bell. It's a big fan of the bell. I can imagine like there's owls out there just like literally attacking bells to hear them ring. That feels like a thing that probably has been documented happening before. Is a news item saying people are discovering furry because of the Masked Singer? Pfft. These uncultured swines only finding out about this now? Well, I hope they enjoy their enlightenment. Anyway. Normies, I know, right? Come on. It's like if you didn't think that Lola Bunny if you didn't think that Bugs Bunny and drag like that's the OG. Yo, only true OGs remember that. Okay. I'm not a furry. Come on. Why would you even think that? Right? Ah. Known about furries since they were created. I mean, they were created basically at the dawn of man. Okay, there we are. He likes the busty Argonian. I never said that. And that's a lusty Argonian. Oh, that was the trick, wasn't it? That was the trick. You got me. Damn, dude. That was pretty clever. I'll give it to you. Ah, man. I could take this. This would be prime time for cheese, but, you know, also, I do have an entire area left to go through. In the past, people like to put children's characters in clothes of the opposite gender. In the past, like that goes back forever. You know, like Thor dressing up as a woman was an important part of. Oh, I got another one of these. Important part of mythology. And there's so many different examples of that. But yeah, what was I talking about? I honestly don't even remember now. Let's go to the castle. Yeah, it's been a while since I've gone to the castle after all. And it has been a while since I've done that too. I don't know, I usually go to the distillery because I feel like I don't go to the distillery enough, but now that's turned into going to the distillery too much. And yeah. What can you say? Loki loved that part so much. Oh, did they actually mention that in the Loki television show? I just know about that because of I plead the fifth. Anyway, oh, this is new. Yeah, I haven't seen this one. I think it's pretty clear who they were. I've not seen this character at all, though. I mean, it's the Queen, obviously. Strange. Anything else? The Baraka arm blades look interesting. Can't quite tell what's at the top there. I guess that's the shield? Alright. Well, there's also this here, too, which is suspicious. Among Us in real life. And mushrooms. Yeah, I mean, no, actually, no, it's not mushrooms. That's corruption. Specifically, it looks like the kind that you find in the sewers. Like, maybe the implication there is... Maybe the implication there is conjunctivious? But then again, it does not appearing over the queen. It's appearing over the king. Okay. Keep that in mind for later if we're going to do any sort of lore expectation or expectations. Lore explanations. Anyway. No, and then this one, yeah, I've seen before. Only the King's Painting has fallen, and it's also covered in corruption too. Like once again, of like the kind you see in the sewers, or like the corrupted. That's also what it looked like with the early versions of the corrupted ramparts. Sort of stuff was all over there. Kind of signifies like heavy corruption being in the area. In other words, malaise, I suppose. It's lore consistent, yeah. What is full lore of Dead Cells? Oh man, I could probably oh, there we go. Finally, we got the poison synergy. I could probably do a good write up on that, but I don't know if I want to jump into it right away. It would take some prep work before I feel like it would not be me just like jumping all over the place as I kind of like remember stuff that I've forgotten for a while. Yeah, give this one to me. Poison synergy once again. Just make a big old lore room video. Could be fun. I was kind of considering doing that with a Cogmind lately, because I have a lot of footage of lore related stuff that I can talk about with that video. And also, I've been paying attention to it. The weird thing is that, like, you know, I think doing like Final Fantasy 9 at the same time that I'm doing like at the same time that I'm doing like Cogmind, I feel like there is, you know, I care more about the lore the less cutscenes there are. It's weird in that way. I'm like broken. I'm a broken person. Anyway, maybe boss relate to the Queen. That's a Hand of the King alternative. Leads to an alternative biome for the Astrolab. Entrance behind the five boss cell door says next level, which only happens when there's multiple exits. Yeah, that's true. Like Castle Distillery, or like yeah, the after bosses and stuff like that. Which says they might be thinking about it. They might be thinking about it. And yes, the Queen especially has become more of a prominent character after the Fatal Falls DLC. I don't even remember if she had been mentioned at all. Maybe in the distillery or something prior to the DLC coming out. But there's this sort of feeling that they're prepping it up, you know? They might be prepping it up. Trying to set up some future content with little hints right now. And it's like, certainly, it's not that we have never fought a completely uncorrupted by the malaise character before. Hand of the King, for example, is still not at all sick as far as I know. Even though he does drop cells now. It's like, he never used to drop cells because he wasn't infected. Let's just say he stole it from other zombies, whatever. I mean, additionally, I suppose the Timekeeper, but I'm not entirely sure about Timekeeper. That may or may not be the case. Hope we get her dressed. I'd like it. I like fancy dresses. As anybody who's ever watched me play games with character creators knows. Like, what more do I even need to say? Okay, that should do it. Yep, and that did do it. I got 30 right now in terms of stats. It's looking pretty good. I love dresses. Me too. I don't know. It's like it's really go all out in terms of I'm gonna take this, sure. A little bit more powerful. Lose out on some of the burn synergy potential, but that's fine. You really go all out in terms of designs when you got a good dress going. Although I do think, like, you know, just like literally throwing a character in a wedding dress is sort of like eye-rolling looking at you once again. Persona 5. It's like, we get it! Yoshizawa's supposed to be the waifu. Got it. Yeah, Code Vein. Yeah. That's... I was thinking more of like Secrets of Grindia, but yeah, Code Vein definitely had that too. So did Nier Automata. Anytime I got the ability to dress up a character, I immediately did that. I mean, this game, I choose the option to switch out outfits all the. I like playing dress up with the dolls. Got it? All right. It's not something that I go out of my way to do, but I do enjoy doing it if a game provides that for me. All right? All right? You got me once again. Okay. 2 or 3 should be easy enough to get to the next one. Also should be good enough to get rid of that guy purely with the stuff alone. Dark Souls games too. I also did a lot of like dress up fun stuff with Bloodborne. It's like those, of course, like Fashion Souls is not as advanced as something like Code Vein, for example. Of course, you still get a good amount of stuff out of it though. You're the sort of person who would go to game sites and play dress up games? No, actually, I don't know. You gotta remember that it's just like I'm old enough that I was there for like when Flash games started, and I don't really remember having too much. Like even watching those come out, games gotta have like it's gotta be more. Like, there's got to be a game there on top of everything else. I mean, it should be no surprise that that's kind of how I feel about that every single time. There are a lot of Flash dress-up games. Yeah. I can't really think of too many dress-up games that are out there now. It feels like that sort of style of game died with Flash. Unless we're talking about porn. Then there's still, you're going to go play Koikatsu or whatever. But, that's not the rule. That's the exception. Old yet cultured. Okay, come on now. I mean, also it's like just like look at Cogmind. That game's all about playing dress up. That's why I'm getting so into it, of course. Yeah. Fortunate that it's so hardcore that I can't get anywhere in it. Doc, why do you know the games? Straight up because of other streamers talking about it. Or just outright playing like custom-made 3D on stream. Wait, did that have... I think I lost some damage there because I didn't have the synergy. Legs, and more legs. Actually, at this point in time, it's all about wings. I'm trying to get as many flight units as possible because, you know what? Just take this. We'll cheese it out for fun. Yeah, so it's like, it's all about wings because that, you really, like what I've learned in Cogmind is that you just don't want to fight things. You should really just rely on evasion and stealth. And it's hard to do stealth if you move slower. Like, because the thing is, if you destroy any robots in that game, well, here comes the full force of Complex 0B10 on you. Especially as you get later, it's like more higher quality targets mean your alert goes up even more as you kill things. And it is just like, man, it gets rough if you actually want to go with a combat build. Obviously, if you try and dip out into the branches, it's a little bit different. But trying to go for like actual combat within the confines of the complex will get you killed. Will get you killed very quickly. It is a losing game to try and go with legs and treads. Just go with other stuff instead. So much for that. That's okay though. All right, that's enough. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I like legs. Do you know how to use them though? Now then, let's go finish this up already. See? Right there. That's how you cheese it out, everybody. Oh, pure Parmesan. Got it. But yeah, that's like, hey, if you're having a hard time with the Hand of the King, that's how you can do it. It's easy. Me, though, I get the feeling a paradox choice with any sort of custom character creator. I mean, basically what I do is I just switch it up. Every single like episode, every single time I come back to the game, switch it up for something a little bit different. Sure. Get something going on. Get something different going on. I mean, you can see that with the... God, you know, at this point in time, like, one of the major reasons why I didn't want to put up the entire, the entirety of Code Vein was because of the degeneracy. But, like, I think that's just the standard for this now, right? Like, everybody just knows. Like, everybody knows. Might as well just go put up that full series at this point in time. And it's like, who cares even? Because you all know. I don't even know what I was trying to do there. Horny is a standard. It's not a standard. Come on. It's more me just saying stupid things because I find them amusing. I would say that the actual horniness level in this chat is surprisingly low. Yeah, Code Vein had the butt chugging. Alright, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's where we came up with the our drinking team, the butt chuggernauts. I forgot. It also had the front tails, which is why, again, it's like I didn't really want to. That's why I didn't want to put that up. Yeah. It's okay. I'll be fine. Okay. I'm not horny, I'm lewd. There's a difference. You know, that's true. It's very true. As for me, it's just like, I don't know. Like, the reality is, like, I don't even know if I would really say that I'm that horny. It's just more like I just know about a lot of weird stuff, and I say it because I think it's funny. Because of, you know, years spent on, like, 4chan and stuff. Sure. Ow. Come on. Like, that's more or less it. Oh, no, you're not going to catch anybody with that. The chat goes too slowly to put people in horny jail. All right. That just ain't happening. There we go. Yeah. All right. See what else is going on around here first, though. Yeah, man. Eating ass rules. Okay. What else we got going on here? Nah, I'm going to take the maximum amount of damage here. There we are. What is that middle mutation? That is point blank shot, I think it's called, if I'm not wrong. It just gives me a lot of extra damage for close range attacks because it's just like, I'm usually close range with this weapon. I don't know if it's actually working, but certainly it feels like it. Hey, nice. There's some green text comedy gold mines out there. It's like, that's... Hey guys, did you know that in terms of Pokemon, Vaporeon is most cool? Alright, anyway. Continuing on here. Okay. Ugh. See if I can't get this. Vaporeon is a looted one. Oh, man. It's like, if you don't know what I was referring to there, it's like, I'm not even going to tell you. You know, it's just... You don't need to know. Okay, there we go. Okay, you just posted the entire thing. Oh, I'm sorry, FipMap. This is a time to come into the chat. Oh boy. Yeah, well, okay, now more people know about it. Oh, okay, I'm live. Didn't need to know that. And now somebody's also gonna post it in like the. I'm not gonna do the same thing that I did last time. Nobody posted in the fucking YouTube comments either. You better not. Unfortunately, I already knew. No, wait. Do you want to rephrase that at all? I need to know. Do you want to rephrase what you just said there? It didn't fit in five. Yeah, no. It's like you can go for the entire thing. Yeah, go look up the entire thing, everybody. You will regret it. Yeah. See what else we got. I want to get the poison. I want to get the poisson. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Frozen too? Nah, I don't need those. That's overkill. Anyway. Don't go down the Vaporeon hole. Again, you want to rephrase that one either. You have a YouTube channel? Sure do. Doc Firebird. It's actually where I probably post most of the content that I do, really. And we'll end up posting this stream, I suppose. This cursed, horrible stream. Oh, well, whatever. Once again, everybody already knows. Everybody already knows. You guys know. You people watching at home in the future know. You all know. Oh, it didn't even need to. Anyway. Oh, joy to fear. I mean, you're coming in at the end of the run. It's like we're winding down. We're kind of like running on fumes here as we're getting to the end. And that means that we go to the Vaporeon copy pasta. You see what data miners found? Something called Yeah. Data miners? I thought you were talking about Cogmine again for a second. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, I have been to a data miner quite a few times. Still have yet to get to Warlord, though, which is frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. Feel like I should have accomplished that at this point in time, considering that it's like I have been all the way up to like access. Otherwise, this is again means nothing if you haven't seen the Cogmine playthrough or haven't played that game yourself. You're not getting me with the Sugma again. Not again. Not like last time. Last time somebody got me with that, I banned them. I refuse to let it happen again. Okay. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Still getting kind of low on health, I'll be real here. Going to have to play this one a bit carefully. Okay, if that Pokemon... no, I'm not reading the rest of that sentence either. Should just go retweet that Snuffy post already. Kate. And one more. Yeah, perfect. All right. Yeah, needless to say, I think this whole build quite good. Like, it has not stopped being an effective build at all since... it has not stopped being an effective build at all. It's still quite good. Might be because I had... Might be because I had, you know, what am I even trying to think of? Just a good run in general, but who knows. All right, yeah, man. Not really going to be able to buy anything else from the food shop, so let's do this. No 60 kills, but that's okay. I should be fine. I should be fine. Right? Right. I mean, I really do not see this fight being particularly difficult. Unfortunately, hey, we got the original outfit too. Unfortunately, due to the fact that I have so few items, I'm not going to be able to get any sort of achievements, even if that was to be possible. We'll see. All in on the DPS, the deeps. Let's do it. Come on. I'm just going to cancel that out for right now so I have that available. Ooh. No, he did not, in fact, go for the... he did not, in fact, go for the hit like I thought he was going to. Oh, well. Or the teleport. There's two. Okay. Just fell back down there for a second. All right, come on. Ow. That's okay. I am perfectly prepared for the rest of this fight. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Done. Okay. Easy. First cycle him? I mean, not really. Close, though. Like, once again, needless to say, not a difficult fight with this build at all. It's still quite good. Oh, thank you, KVTR. As always, MVP in the chat here. That fight was for you. Unfortunately, I did not have... not a perfect fight yet again, but I'll get it one of these days. Remember when you came to the final fight with 0 cells for the collector? Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't work at all. It doesn't do it. It just sends you, still tries to take cells from you anyway. Yep, stream is in fact ending. As always, I do very short streams. Because, I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Look, it's fine. I also realized I forgot to turn off the recording. Oh, well, people are going to see what happens during the end of the streams, I suppose. Hi, everybody. I basically just end the stream past this point.